Hey, how's it going, everybody? Lex here, welcome to the channel, and I want to talk about three things today, okay? So I want to talk about digital products, I want to talk about pricing, and I want to talk about some free research strategy that I kind of use. So first off, digital products. For the last 3 weeks, I've been diving in, testing my skill at the digital products, and this is what I have to say. I think if your niche that you're working in with your shop can work one of these three types of digital products in, I think you should try it. It's good experience and understanding of how this works, because there's a lot of benefits, and there are actual six-figure stores that are doing just digital products. Okay, so it's definitely possible to earn a good amount of money doing this. You just have to do it right, like everything else. So the three that I would recommend that are the easiest would be calendar, planner, and just digital prints. Now, if you're doing print on demand, you already have digital prints. You just need to put them in a particular format and then advertise them as digital prints. So if you're doing workout or motivational stuff, funny quotes, animals, you can do digital prints. Very simple. You just have to do the aspect ratios and stuff like that. There are videos on YouTube that talk about that. I'm not necessarily going to dive deep into those. The planners are a little bit more difficult. Same thing with the calendars, but they are easy to do on Canva. So go to Canva. You can find some videos on this as well. If you guys want me to do my video, like and comment down below. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it, because if you know me, if you've been here, some of y'all are new, but if you've been here with me, you know I say all the time, I'm lazy as hell. So I'm not going to do it if no one wants to see it. Okay, but anyways, moving on. I think you should do those. They are great. And what makes them different is you can also set and forget them, but there's no production costs. And that's where we're going to start moving into the next segment, which is pricing. So to make a t-shirt for me, it cost about $14. That includes shipping and just ordering the shirt. That's a lot of money. And if you go on Etsy, you'll see that some are selling their shirts for less than $10. So how do you even compete with them? And if we look at our profit margins for t-shirts, the majority of people would say that their profit margins is between $2 and maybe $7. For me personally, mine's between $5 and $7, because that's just how ya boy rolls. Big money's coming in here. When you're doing a digital product, you don't have the production costs. You just have to, put in effort and time to get it set up. And then Etsy just takes its fees like it normally does with your t-shirts, which would be processing, the cost of the item, and then the relist. That'll come out to maybe like $1, somewhere around $1. And the average price points that I see for digital products is between $2 and about $7. So if you priced yours at $5, subtract $1, you make $4. That's still kind of in the median range of what people who sell t-shirts make off of their, in their profit once after all the fees and stuff are done. So it's essentially kind of the same. Pricing. So I want to talk about pricing real quick. I mentioned this before, but I want to talk about it again since we have a lot of new subscribers. Hello and welcome. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. So pricing. So if you go to Etsy, there's the option you can pay Etsy, and then they'll allow you to do what we all see all the time, is where they have sales, right? Oh, this shirt is $28, but guess what? 25% off. It's now 22 something. Ooh, well, that's like the normal price of a t-shirt anyways. So it's like a marketing strategy, but you have to pay to use that. So what I kind of do is I'll make a design. I think it's gonna be good. I think it could be good. But I'll price it in lower than the average of my t-shirts. So my t-shirts are somewhere between 22 and 24. My best sellers are about 25, 26. Okay, so everything that's new comes in around $18, $19. Now I want to walk through the three stages that I think about for a customer. Let's go ahead and assume that the customer wants to buy a t-shirt in your niche, and they actually can see your design. So step one is, do they like the design? It's either yes or no. If they say no, they move on. You miss the sale. That's the end. If they say yes, they move on to stage two. Stage two is now, how much is it going to cost me, the customer, to acquire the shirt? So you include shipping and pricing, and then they make their decision off that. Also, like maybe colors if you have that. And they're like, okay, now let's look at this scenario. If I were to price this shirt $28, if they buy it at that price, then hey, you could potentially have a great design here, because if you're willing to spend $28 on a t-shirt, oh my goodness, you must really love that design, which means there's a chance that other people might love it just as much, and you can continue to get away with it selling it at that price. Or I would also say start branching that out into other print-on-demand stores and other products. If you're doing it just on t-shirts, put it on mugs, sweatshirts, long sleeves, hoodies. You never know, because if someone's willing to pay that price, they may be willing to pay for it on other articles of clothing, assuming it's good. So next up is, let's say they say no. Now, are they saying no because it's priced too high? And what if it was priced at $18 instead of $28? Would they buy it? If they say yes, they go on to step 3, which is actually purchasing, and you made your money. That is why I price mine in low, because if I think it's a good design and it's at a low price point and people are not buying it, then that kind of tells me, hey, if you're not willing to buy it at like $17, $15, it's probably not a good design. No one really cares. People like to buy things that inspire them or connect to them emotionally, whatever, things they root for, like sports team, right? If you can get your favorite sports team t-shirt, let's say they win the Super Bowl, a Chiefs fan, you can get a Chief Super Bowl t-shirt for 12 bucks. Would you buy it? More than likely. So if we start low and they buy low, what I do is I periodically boost the sales. So like, okay, look, this one sold 3 times at $18. Let's bump it up to 19. Oh, now I'm up to 7 sales. Okay, we're gonna bump it up to 22. Average price goes over 10. I go to the higher end of the average price, 24. And if it makes over 20 sales, then it goes into my elite category where I put it at about $25, 25, 26. Now you can price it a little too high. Let's say it's 26, and now it's been about 3 weeks, and prior to that you were probably getting a t-shirt sale every once or twice a day. Now you're not. It's been 3 weeks. You might want to just hard bump that right back down to the low base. For me, it would be about $22, $21. See if the sales pick up again, and you kind of know, okay, maybe I should keep this shirt in this range, maybe at 23. Now let's go ahead and hop into the free research. I'm going to try and go through this quickly, but I like free. Now there are a lot of good research options out there that are free too. They do have limitations, and one of them that I'm going to talk about today does have limitations, but I think it's still pretty good. I think it gives you a lot of info in one spot, and that's why I think it's good. But we're going to start first with Etsy. Alright, so let's say I have a design. We're going to talk about pirate shirts. I always talk about pirate shirts. Go ahead and just come here. Say you have a new pirate shirt design. You want to get your tags and all that, right? So you come here, right? You don't want to be in super saturated keywords. You don't want those in your titles and stuff. You want to have some, but you also want some through where you can rank on the first page, right? So people can actually see your stuff. Now we're gonna ignore ads. Yes, I would say recommend doing ads. Put your thing on the ad and put it for like $1 and just let it go and let it just get this visual impressions. If your shirt starts popping off to where it's like you're getting sales, you may want to keep it. If it's getting a lot of clicks but no sales, and you're like, you used up $1, you're like, just pull back. Okay, let it breathe for a little bit. But if we come in here and like I was talking about earlier, you can see we got $10 shirts here. How do you compete? $6.75. How do we compete with these? How do we compete? I'm not going to talk about how to get them so low, but it's just an example. Pirate shirts. You want to do a pirate shirt. Okay, so you come in here and you look at, I would say probably the top page is more than enough. And you come in here and you look for shirts that are similar to yours, right? So I'm not going to do any Disney, but let's just go say this one right here. So we click on one and we would grab these tags and put them on a notepad. A skull and crossbone shirt, right? Let's say yours has that. So we'll copy that, open up a notepad, and we'll just paste it in. So I'm gonna grab just a couple of these so you guys get an idea real quick, right? So these are some of the ones that I found looking on the actual Etsy homepage. So you do that for multiples. So you just go through and see if you find any that are different that you think can work for your design. And then what you come and do is you come back up here. So we see pirate shirts has 2,400. So this increased from yesterday. Yesterday this was around 20 something. Now it's 24, almost 25. And we'll put the amount of listings, right? We'll do that for all of these. So I'll just take skull and crossbone t-shirt just to save us some time. It's got 3,800, so that's not terrible. And then you can do step 1 again, which is go through this first page, click on ones that you think might be good, like this one. It doesn't have anything here. Maybe black pirate shirt you can take and see how that works out as well. I'll do one more, which will be skull shirt to fit my I could have just deleted that skull shirt. And here we go, we're gonna get 111,000. So this is a super saturated keyword. Not saying you can't rank in here, but it is very competitive. So this is what you do, rinse and repeat this over and over and over. And you would probably want a blend of something that I would say 5 that are over 1,000 but under 10,000, another 5 that are between 10,000 and 50,000, and then you can have another 5 that are whatever, it doesn't matter. It could be 100, it could be 75, something like that. You want some low ones so you can get on the first page. Now, something that's missing here is, let's just say, for example, this one, skull and t-shirt bones. Let me pull this over here. Let's go ahead and say that this one has 3,800 listings. Okay, what is the search volume for skull and crossbones? Well, you don't know doing it this way. It could be 80 searches a month. 80 searches a month, okay? And of those 80 searches, how many of them are actually purchasing? So what is the purchasing value of this keyword? Let's say it's 1,000. So the reason why there's probably not that many listings is because it's not a popular keyword. So that's always something you have to keep in mind, right? Compared to skull shirt, which let's say it gets like 1 million searches, right? That's why it has such a high listing, because tons of people are searching for it. Let's go ahead and look at the other option that I have that I've been using in conjunction with this, and that is Etsy Hunt. Now this is free. There's a free option. You're limited to 10 searches a day, so that's pretty good. I know some that are like a week or just 5-10 searches in general, and then you need to pay, and then you got to pay a heavy amount. But the price for this is not even that bad. So if someone can find me a software that is this good, this much information for this price, let me know, because to get this on the unlimited plan, unlimited searches here, is $4 a month. But you get 100 daily, 100 a day. Oh my goodness. You get 10 daily. So every day you can come in here and search 10 of those words right here and just confirm and deny. So we're going to confirm and deny these two right here, skull and crossbone and pirates. So we're going to compare these two, right? So you copy, come in here and go to keywords, and we place it in here. I don't know why it always says necklace, but search. Now, as we saw, competition is high. It's a little bit lower, so give it a plus or minus like 20,000 or whatever. Competition is right, it's high, but look at the views, look at the favorites, and look at the sales. So it's definitely a good keyword. It's something you may want to consider. Here's how it compares into monthly searches for Google and stuff like that, so that's good. But this is also a cool part right here, which is what I liked. It's similar keywords, flower skull, where's this other one? USA skull, mythical skull. Shows you the competition, like views. If you upgrade, you get a lot more information here, but you really don't need to. I think this is a good starting point just to get an idea. There's a popular word cloud as well. Etsy Hunt is really good. I think just for starting off as a free tool, pretty amazing. Better than, I'd rather take this one over some of the other ones that I see for free, like being free. Now, if you're paying, there might be other ones that are better. I don't know. I haven't ventured out because for those of you that are new, I'm lazy and I'm not as hardcore as some of you might be. Some of you might be go-getters. I wish I was like that. I'm not. My inspiration comes in waves. Some days I don't want to do nothing. Some days I really want to do something. So it just doesn't make sense for me to pay 20 bucks for a keyword research when I use it maybe 3-4 times a week, if that. And as we saw, competition is low because the listing was low. It's about 3,000. Still pretty good views and favorites and a decent amount of sales here. So it's still pretty good. You probably won't get any related keywords yet, but skull and crossbones, skull art, skull stickers, whatever. It's the same thing. So hopefully you guys learned something today. If you got digital products or you have a niche that can support digital products, give it a shot. Just make one. They're super easy. I have one calendar, one planner, 5 prints. Super easy. It'll help you grow as a designer and increase your options for your shop to bring in more views, more cash flow. And it'll just be good, and hopefully my research styles help you out too for free. There is a link down below. For me, it helps me out. If you want to give the paid version a shot, $4, you could use it for just a month and see how, if it compares better than the free. I'm always free. But yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Take care.
I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be